Hey friend, today we are gonna chat about how to not hit any of your goals for 2024. I was really thinking about our community and the clients and how it's the time of year where, at least for me, I've started to think about my goals for next year and starting to make plans for that. And I'm like, gosh, some of these goals I missed, some of them I hit, but why did I miss them? I've been studying human performance and goal setting and sales and leadership and all these things since I was 20 years old. So I'm 43 now, so 23 years. And sometimes I hit my goals and sometimes I totally miss them. And so as I looked forward into 2024, I was like, okay, if I set these goals, how am I going to make sure I don't hit them? Because then I'm going to do the opposite. And so here's the list I came up with for both me and for you. I guess mostly I made this list for myself and wanted to share with you because I thought it would be helpful as well. So number one way to not hit your goals for 2024 is to not explore what you want. I was having this conversation with my husband Charlie the other day, and I'm always like, well, what do you want? And what do you want? He's like, I don't really know. And he's 48. And we were having this conversation. And I think what was so profound about it is he hadn't really spent a whole lot of time thinking about it. I recently read a book called The Gap and the Gain. And one of the things that it talked about is actually just making a practice of each day writing 3 things down that you want without judgment, just to start getting more clear on this and pursuing goals and pursuing things that you actually care about instead of what other people care about. A good way to not hit your goals in 2024 is just to adopt goals that people give to you, or to have goals based on comparison. Like that person hit blue unicorn, and so I want to hit blue unicorn. Or I was in a coaching program for a while ago that really did not work for me. And they were like, every 4 months, we want you to go up $10,000 a month. And those were goals that they set for me. And it set me into a tailspin as opposed to really exploring what I did want. Now, is this harder than just adopting someone else? Yes. But it's also way harder. All the anxiety and all the sad thoughts and all the frustration and all those negative emotions coming from chasing things that you don't actually want. So, how to not hit your goals in 2024? Do not explore what you want. The second way to not hit your goals in 2024 is set all or nothing goals. I'm like blue unicorn or bust. Now, you might hear a speaker out there that says, like, I committed to this and there was no way I was good. And okay, maybe. But what works really a lot better is to set a low goal, which is what does progress look like? A mid goal, what's my target? And then a high goal, which is what's my aspirational goal. Only setting an aspirational goal is really setting you up for giving up halfway through. All or nothing mentality is normal and natural for humans. It's not you, it's humans, it's the human condition. And so we want to be a little bit maybe more wise than the average human by not trying all or nothing goals. The next way to not hit your goals in 2024 is to set only business goals. The business is for the life, not the life for the business. And so any goal setting thing I've ever seen has always been how to set your goals for your business in 20, whatever the year is. And yeah, I think that's valuable, but we don't live in a vacuum. I have seen so many clients say, I want to rank advance to this, and I want to spend more time with my family. And sometimes the goals conflict with each other. And, we want to live a balanced life. Our quality of life is impacted by our health, our wealth, and our relationships, right? Our quality of life is impacted if we are not spending time, we don't have good relationships, spending time with the people we love, investing in those, we're not going to be very fulfilled, right? If we cannot pay our bills at all, that's stress that is not helpful. And then if our health is bad, right? That's tricky. And so I encourage goal setting around all three of those areas so that we can have a well-rounded life. And then you can look at them and make sure they all work together. Next way to not hit your 2024 goals is to not review them and to not adjust them as time goes on. I don't think that goals have to be in pen. If something goes sideways in your life or something really your priorities change mid-year. I've had clients do this. So with my one-on-one clients, I'll try to review these every 90 days with them. And so halfway through the year, my client will be like, I don't even want that. And so we'll just remove it from the list. I think the goals can be done in pencil. Is that kind of crazy that we could put a goal in pencil and we could review it and we can adjust it? Maybe 1/4 through the year, you're like, I was way too ambitious. I don't even see that happening anymore. And we can change it and we can still continue to make progress. We can add things that matter more to us or take them down. Last year, it wasn't that long ago, actually. I think it was in May where we were in the Resilient Leader Mastermind. I led our clients through a vision board exercise and I put on there I wanted surfing. I haven't even thought about surfing because what I decided to do instead was pursue my true love, basketball, and trying to get back in there. And I'm glad that I was able to adjust that. I think that's okay to do. The next way to not hit your goals in 2024 is to not learn new skills. For me, my next frontier is really mastering advertising, online advertising, and I think probably taking my social media up a level. And so all the goals that I have for my business are going to require that. But even the goals that I have, like if I want to do better at basketball because I'm playing co-ed, so I'm playing with all men. Well, I'm going to probably need to even either brush up on some old skills or maybe learn some new things to help me to hang. So if we don't learn new skills, we're not likely to go up or reach whatever goals we're doing. And if our goals don't require us to learn new skills, are we even trying? I'm not sure. Another way to not hit your goals is to avoid them altogether because of discomfort. I get it. I'm talking here about goals. We're doing a goal setting workshop soon. You might think that I do really well with goals. And I mean, the truth is I struggle with them. I have a hyper responsibility. And so if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And this concept for me is really hard. Getting it, as close to comfort as like a good place as possible is really important to me. We don't need to avoid them altogether. What we need to do is we need to pick goals that are in our zone of acceptance. It's the wrong goal if it creates massive analysis paralysis, and it's the right goal if it inspires us to make action. We can set smaller goals and be inspired to move into action because we're closer to them. First, that's going to help with the discomfort. And second, like we can handle the discomfort. I've set goals that have made me uncomfortable, that have stressed me out. And also over the last 8 years, when I look back at where my life was when I was working my corporate job, how my husband was, my kids, it's like night and day. And the only thing that obviously there's a lot of common threads. I feel like, God's been able to give us a lot of wisdom and making some good decisions, and there's a lot of love, and we haven't had, huge tragedies. I've had a lot of health issues. But I'm so glad that I set those goals. I'm so glad I set the goal in my first year to make $2,000 a month. That was my first goal. It was within my zone of acceptance. I'm glad that I've been doing goal setting. And so while I may not always reach the goals, my overall quality of life has improved significantly in my journey in pursuing these goals. It was never really about the goal, I guess. It was really about the progress and the journey that the goal invited me to embark upon, I suppose. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you is another way to not reach your goals in 2024 is to miss our goal setting workshop. Our goal setting workshop we're having soon, depending on when you're listening to this or watching this. And we're going to walk through what I call the goal system that actually works. And without like a lot of hype, I'm not a hype person. Without a lot of hype, I'm going to walk you through the exercises that I use for my goal setting, that I use my one-on-one clients for their goal setting, and I'm going to share all of that with you. I'm going to walk you through the different areas that you want to look at in making a goal system that actually works for you. This is something that you can invite your team to. You can invite, I guess you can invite your family to. I think it's going to be good overall. And, you know, we're over here, we're rooting for you. Our literal job, my entire career, is to create things that make it easier for you to reach your goals. Whether it's skills training, this yearly goal setting thing, a quote or an encouraging thing to keep you going, that's our job. And so I want to invite you to that goal setting workshop. I think you're going to love it, and I hope to see you there. And that's all for this video. All right, bye.